Truth will correct all errors in my mind, and I will rest in Him who is myself. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will receive what I'm giving now. To everyone I offer quietness. To everyone I offer peace of mind. To everyone I offer gentleness. To everyone I offer all my love. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Hello, thank you all so much for joining me today on Saturday, April the 29th of 2023 to study Lesson 119 in A Course in Miracles Workbook for Students. We're reading from the original edition, and it's a review of Lesson 107 and 108. For morning and evening review, 107, Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's Son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. What a wonderful truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. Lesson 108 review. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me and come to recognize my sinlessness. On the hour today, tell yourself, truth will correct all errors in my mind. And then take a moment to reflect on it for a moment if you can. And then on the half hour, tell yourself, to give and to receive are one in truth. And also try to reflect on the moment and what thoughts you're thinking, and give them over to the Holy Spirit as your guide, your true self, the Christ in you. And be sure to do your longer extended practice period in the morning, hopefully the first 5 minutes of the day, and the last 5 minutes of the day if you can. If not, the last hour before you go to bed, he says you can do. Okay, but even if you do that, as your head hits the pillow, at least have a thought of God. Try to at least bring up the lesson for the day and tell yourself, truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Okay, let's go take a look in our text reading. And we're ready for, and we're in chapter 13, From Perception to Knowledge. And we're ready for Roman numeral 4, Release and Restoration. And it's about 4 pages long. I think what we'll do is we'll try to get through about half of it today and do the other half tomorrow. While you're turning there, let me tell you about another plant. I got this plantain here. I dug it up just a while ago. It's already starting to wilt a little bit. You know how they get. But I'm going to cut it up for the herb anyway. So I don't, but I wanted to have it look fairly nice, so I show it to you. It's the Plantain. Let's see, what is its Latin name? Plantago lanceolata. Found this on Wikipedia. I call it narrow-leaf plantain. Plantago lanceolata is a species of flowering plant in the plantain family, which is the Plantaginacea. It is known by the common names ribwort plantain, narrowleaf plantain, English plantain, ribleaf, lamb's tongue, and buckhorn. It is common weed on cultivated and disturbed land. And I might point out that the reason we want to learn the Latin or the scientific name of our plants is we can look at all the different things that it's called. Depending on where you're at, you might think, well, that's ribwort. And you think, well, I thought that was narrowleaf plantain. Now you don't know for sure, but if you know the Latin or the scientific name, you can be more sure of your identity, of its identity. And I found this on Washington College website, washcall, COLLEDU.edu. Plantago lanceolata. Edible parts, the leaves of the Plantago lanceolata, the narrowleaf plantain, can be consumed as a tea or eaten both raw and cooked. The seeds can be eaten as well. Medical uses. The consumption of the leaves is believed to treat a variety of ailments, including cough, diarrhea, dysentery, and hematuria. Additionally, the leaves are believed to function as bronchodilators, helping treat colds. The leaves can also be ground up and used to treat skin irritations, such as blisters, insect bites, and sores. Make a poultice to do that, and you can take it internally too. The consumption of the Plantago lanceolata seeds may reduce cholesterol levels in the blood. So lots of things that can be used for. And the reason I picked an herb today is because of what's going on around the world. Well, it's I'll get to it. To start off with alphabetically: Astronomy Day, Bob Willis Day, Day of Remembrance of all victims of chemical warfare, Arrow's Birthday Day, that's that Winnie the Pooh character, Healthy Kids Day, learn to eat right as a child. Something parents really, if you do teach your children the highest level you personally can reach and give that to your children, it gets them off to a good start with their taste buds. I'd encourage you to do that. Independent Bookstore Day, International Dance Day, International Noise Awareness Day, International Sculpture Day, International Tabletop Day, National Go Birding Day, National Herb Day. That's why I picked the plantain today. You find that all over the Ozarks and many places in the world. In disturbed ground, it's usually one of the first things that comes up. National Kiss of Hope Day, National Pool Opening Day, National Prescription Drug Take Back Day, National Rebuilding Day, National Sense of Smell Day, National Shrimp Scampi Day, Peace Rose Day, Pet Tech CPR Day, Poem in Your Pocket Day, Save the Frogs Day, Viral Video Day, We Jump the World Day, parkour type athletic training or exercise, World Healing Day, World Tai Chi and Qigong Day, World Veterinary Day, World Wish Day, and Zipper Day. Zipper was made on this day or patented in 1913. Okay, what else do we have? I think that, let me get set up here. Oh, I've got another near-death story I wanted to tell you a little bit about. Let me get this set up here. Give me just a moment. And we will, it takes me a minute to get set up to where I can see everything. Okay, Howard Storm happened to him in 1985 when he was 38 years old. He was a professor at a university. And anyway, he was an atheist. And he wasn't an atheist long after his near-death experience. And anyway, I think you'll probably find it nice. The other side, NDE, and its atheist man dies, travels from hell to heaven during NDE. Powerful. And in the near-death experience, he basically went from hell to heaven. And when he was in hell, a voice, which he's come later to decide that was Jesus, said, "Pray to God." And he said, "Well, I'm an atheist. I don't pray to God." He prayed to God. Anyway, he prayed to God. It reminds me of Helen Schuckman. Her first experience with the voice was God is. Okay, she wasn't an atheist after that dream. And then she started seeing all this inner dictation. Okay, release and restoration. Remember our lesson today. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Was there anything else I wanted to tell you about before we go on? I think that's everything. Okay, let's go. Release and restoration. Paragraph 30. You are accustomed to the notion that the mind can see the source of pain where it is not. The doubtful service of displacement is to hide the real source of your guilt and keep from your awareness the full perception that it is insane. Displacement always is maintained by the illusion that the source from which attention is diverted must be true and must be fearful, or you would not have displaced the guilt onto what you believed to be less fearful. You are therefore willing with little opposition to look upon all sorts of sources underneath awareness, providing that they are not the deeper source to which they bear no real relationship at all. 21. Insane ideas have no relationships, for that is why they are insane. No real relationship can rest on guilt or even hold one spot of it to mar its purity. For all relationships which guilt has touched are used but to avoid the person and the guilt. What strange relationships you have made for this strange purpose. And you forgot that real relationships are holy and cannot be used by you at all. They are used only by the Holy Spirit, and it is that which makes them pure. If you displace your guilt upon them, the Holy Spirit cannot use them. For by preempting for your own ends what you should have given to him, he cannot use them unto your release. No one who would unite in any way with anyone for his own salvation will find it in that strange relationship. It is not shared, so it is not real. Paragraph 22. In any union with the brother in which you seek to lay your guilt upon him or share it with him or perceive his own, you will feel guilty. Nor will you find satisfaction and peace with him, because your union with him is not real. You will see guilt in that relationship because you put it there. It is inevitable that those who suffer guilt will attempt to displace it, because they do believe in it. Yet though they suffer, they will not look within and let it go. They cannot know they love and cannot understand what loving is. Their main concern is to perceive the source of guilt outside themselves, beyond their own control. Oh, the way the mind plays tricks on ourselves. 23. When you maintain that you are guilty, but that the source lies in the past, you're not looking inward. The past is not in you. Your weird associations to it have no meaning in the present. Yet you let them stand between you and your brothers, with whom you find no real relationships at all. Can you expect to use your brothers as a means to solve the past and still to see them as they really are? Salvation is not found by those who use their brothers to resolve problems which are not there. Let's listen to that again. Salvation is not found by those who use their brothers to resolve problems which are not there. You wanted not salvation in the past. Would you impose your idle wishes on the present and hope to find salvation now? 24. Determine them to be not as you were. Use no relationship to hold you to the past. For with each one, each day be born again. Let's read that again. Determine then to be not as you were. Use no relationship to hold you to the past. But with each one, each day, be born again. And remember how we're to be born again? He told us that in chapter 12, verse 47. To be born again is to let the past go and look without condemnation upon the present. What a good definition of being born again. So again, with that in mind, to let the past go and look on your brother and yourself and the world without condemnation is to be born again. Determine then to be not as you were. Use no relationship to hold you to the past, but with each relationship, each day, be born again. A minute, even less, will be enough to free you from the past and give your mind in peace over to the atonement, to find that holy instant. A minute or even less is all we need. But we got to do it. That's why we have these half-hour remembrances through the day can be so helpful, because we're training ourselves to keep aware so that when we lose our peace, we can say, I've looked with condemnation. I've looked at the past. I'm holding guilt as real. And we can have a moment of freedom. A minute, even less, will be enough to free you from the past and give your mind in peace over to the atonement. When everyone is welcome to you as you would have yourself be welcome to your Father, you will see no guilt in you. For you will have accepted the atonement, which shone within you all the while you dreamed of guilt and would not look within and see it. So when everyone is welcome to you, as you would have yourself be welcome to your Father, you will see no guilt in you. For you will have accepted the atonement which shone within you all the while you dreamed of guilt and would not look within and see it. 25. As long as you believe that guilt is justified in any way, in anyone, whatever he may do, you will not look within where you would always find atonement. Okay, catch that. As long as you believe that guilt is justified in any way. So we want to start with the premise that guilt's not justified and we're not going to find it anywhere because it's not useful or helpful. It's the one emotion or the one thought we do not need. As long as you believe that guilt is justified in any way, in anyone, whatever he may do, you will not look within where you would always find atonement. The end of guilt will never come as long as you believe there is a reason for it. For you must learn that guilt is always totally insane and has no reason. The Holy Spirit seeks not to dispel reality. If guilt were real, atonement would not be real. The purpose of atonement is to dispel illusions, not to establish them as real and then forgive them. Remember, our forgiveness is to recognize what is not real and recognize that it's not real. Not make it real and then forgive it. That just makes it real in your mind, which is the opposite of forgiving. 26. The Holy Spirit does not keep illusions in your mind to frighten you and show them to you fearfully, to demonstrate that He has saved of what He has saved you from. Let me read that sentence again. The Holy Spirit does not keep illusions in your mind to frighten you and show them to you fearfully, to demonstrate what He has saved you from. What He has saved you from is gone. Give no reality to guilt and see no reason for it. Give no reality to guilt and see no reason for it. The Holy Spirit does what God would have Him do and has always done so. He has seen separation but knows of union. He teaches healing, but He also knows of creation. He would have you see and teach as He does, and through Him. Yet what he knows you do not know, though it is yours. 27. That's why we want to listen to the Holy Spirit, because he knows what's ours, even though in our deluded way of thinking, our separated mind, we don't know. That's why we need to ask for help. Be aware when you lose your peace and ask for help. Be aware when you're feeling joy and peace, and stay in that groove. 27. Now it is given you to heal and teach, to make what will be now. Now it is given you to heal and teach, to make what will be now. As yet it is not now. The Son of God believes that he is lost in guilt, alone in a dark world where pain is pressing everywhere upon him from without. You might keep that little thought in mind when you listen to Howard Storm's story. As yet it is not now. The Son of God believes that he is lost in guilt, alone in a dark world where pain is pressing everywhere upon him from without. When he has looked within and seen the radiance there, he will remember how much his Father loves him, and it will seem incredible that he has ever thought his Father loved him not and looked upon him as condemned. The moment that you realize guilt is insane, wholly unjustified, and wholly without reason, you will not fear to look upon the atonement and accept it wholly. And the last paragraph we'll read for today, 28. You who have been unmerciful unto yourselves, do not remember your Father's love. And looking without mercy upon your brothers, you do not remember how much you love him. Yet it is forever true. In shining peace within you is the perfect purity in which you were created. Fear not to look upon the lovely truth in you. Look through the cloud of guilt that dims your vision, and look past darkness to the holy place where you will see the light. The altar to your Father is as pure as he who raised it to himself. Nothing can keep from you what Christ would have you see. His will is like his Father's, and he offers mercy to every child of God, as he would have you do. Wow, God offers us mercy, and he wants us to be like him so we can remember who we are. Okay. His will is like his Father's, and he offers mercy to every child of God, as he would have you do. Okay, well, let's go back and look at our lesson 119. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. Okay, man, let's see. I think we're ready to just sing our lesson this time. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. And to give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt. Can be hurt in any way, for I am God's Son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct one in truth. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me, and come to recognize my sinlessness, to give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. I am mistaken when I think I can be hurt in any way. I am God's son, whose self rests safely in the mind of God. Truth will correct all errors in my mind, to give and to receive are one in truth. To give and to receive are one in truth. I will forgive all things today, that I may learn how to accept the truth in me, and come to recognize my sinlessness, and come to recognize my sinlessness. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. Are one in truth. Truth will correct all errors in my mind. To give and to receive are one in truth.